took over at quarterback. First down and midfield to go. 4 tries to get it to midfield. Texans with the football. Pass complete over the middle to the aforementioned Zara Hill. It'll be second down in midfield.
I love that they started with multiple people in the backfield, almost doing that college shift, getting up to the line. They're starting to see what this defense will come out in.
Trying to decipher what the defense reacts to, perhaps. Second down in midfield. Beckett at quarterback. Rolls to her right. Short pass complete. That's Ava Wallace. Pardon me. Miarmio making the catch.
Defense was all over that, though, getting a hand in there. But whenever you go for it, you've got to make sure your hand is in the place and you pull the flag simultaneously to avoid any yards after catch.
2 quarterbacks on the field. They are in the no-run zone inside that 5-yard area close to midfield. Teams are not allowed to run. Wallace in motion, takes the handoff. She can pass. It's caught, but they're going to rule out of bounds. It was brought down by Caitlin Reynolds. So that sets up an interesting 4th and midfield here.
It looks like this is a big first attempt. When you're watching this, you can see her going out of bounds. You've got to be able to have that toe tap. But what I thought was fascinating is they sent both rushers, even though there were 2 quarterbacks, they sent both rushers to the same quarterback. So they must feel like she is the bigger threat. Now we're on 4th down. They either, when they're going for it, if they do not convert, then the Raiders will start where this ball is.
So now you got the go. Jaylani, you got the go. Go, Jaylani. Go, Jaylani. Go, Jaylani.
Reynolds in motion. Beckett slings it complete for the first down. Just gone over that midfield stripe. Caitlin Reynolds makes the catch, and it's 1st and goal.
You're just going to get this dart out here, and this is exactly where you're looking for that mismatch between the defender and the angle and leverage of the receiver there.
Keep an eye on Kelsey Quinn. She's the tallest player on the field at 6 foot. Soon to be a collegiate basketball player. That's her in motion. Beckett rolling to her right under heat. Pass complete underneath to Reynolds again. And Reynolds finally stopped deep in Raiders territory. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
What you're going to watch, she's going to come here. She's going to do a little bit of a hitch pivot and then go across. The defender wants to pass it off because they see the hitch, and then wide open with all those yards after catch. That is crucial to flag football.
So 3rd and goal. They have to get in here.
Good plays. Let's go, Trishelle.
Pardon me, 2nd and goal.
Place there.
So you can go for 1 point on the conversion from 5 yards out, 2 points from 10. They elect to go for 1. She likes 7-Eleven open all day already.
This is what's so great to see. The motion can throw off a defense so quickly. She's going to motion across and come and find that open space. This is what is so hard when you're in this red zone. She comes right across, and they're in a man defense, and she is totally unaccounted for.
Higa passes it to her twin. It'll be 2nd in midfield.
You've got to love this sense of urgency. You see the time is just ticking down, and that Texans team were able to really drive a lot off the clock there. So this is going to be huge for them to be able to be taking their own time now and running the clock.
Kemi Higa, national team quarterback, 9 touchdown passes so far in the tournament. Completes her first pass to her twin sister. 2nd down in midfield. Higa taking a shot deep, has one open and incomplete. There was a little bit of contact. Jelani Palmer.
It looked like she was even open there, just needed to come back and track the ball for the quarterback. And of course, a little bit of friendly fire in there when we saw the routes being run, but you want to see that they can throw that deep. We were talking earlier about the glove.
Yes.
That the quarterback there, Kemi, is wearing is actually a golf glove to practice in this weather.
She found the ball a little bit slick to her liking in earlier play. No problem with that pass, though. Palmer gets the first down over the midfield stripe. So it'll be 1st down and goal. They'll have 3 opportunities to get it into the end zone from there.
We talked about it yesterday. Hitches are great. Yeah, Yeah, hitches are a great way to be able to just get you those chunk yardage. They're so hard to defend against as well.
Kemi Higa gonna take a shot deep to Palmer and overshoots her in the end zone. Zara Hill back there in coverage.
What you love to see, you can see why Kemi Higa is the quarterback of the national program. I mean, she didn't even have to put much mustard on that, and it flies out of her hands. And Jelani Palmer is one of the most dangerous, explosive players out here.
Kemi Higa, the quarterback for the Raiders, says her favorite player is Josh Allen. She's slinging it like him right now. Second down and goal. Higa comes underneath. That's Phillips, and Phillips with a nice sprint all the way close to the 5-yard line. Caitlin Reynolds, who caught the touchdown a moment ago, made the tackle defensively.
You just want to see how the rusher slows down a little bit on that play. Because there's two people in motion, you've got the quarterback and then the receiver running across, it forces her to just slow it down.
Third and goal coming up. And we have a flag.
False start. Number 4 of the offense. Line up offsides. That'll be 5 yards. Loss of down.
That was Kaylee Phillips. Number 4 lined up offsides.
That's a really tough penalty because it gives the ball back to the Texans now. That was their third down. It's a loss of a down.
Come here. This is a media timeout.
Texans with a 7-0 lead with 4:50 to go in the first half. We play 2 12-minute halves, and it goes fast. Just like these teams are moving right now. Back after this.
Years ago, the Higa twins were living in Eva Beach, Hawaii. They traveled to California to play in a flag tournament where they faced the Nevada Raiders. A week after that tournament, their mom called head coach Tom Thompson and said, "We love the way you coached and ran your team. Would you be willing to let our girls come and go for a practice with you? If it's a fit, we'll move the entire family to Henderson, Nevada to play for you. They're serious about flag, and we want them to have more opportunities to excel." And that's exactly what happened, guys. They got out to Vegas, absolutely loved Thompson as a head coach in the Raiders organization, and the Higas made the move as an entire family, and now they're 2 of the best players in the country in flag, Mark.
It's a great story, Katie, and you see that across the flag football landscape where families go all in to support their young athletes and their children. Ava Wallace in a quarterback right now. Rolling to her left, completes the pass to Zara Hill. That was one of her favorite targets late in the game yesterday in that 32-0 game. They looked extremely impressive.
You love to see that little read pass option she has back there, utilizing the skill sets of all her players, and she does such a great job of keeping her eyes downfield.
Second and midfield coming up.
I mean, this is going to put a lot of pressure on this Texans team.
2K, prolific 100 and 200 meter sprinter. Beckett back in at quarterback, fakes the handoff, taking a shot on the post, middle of the field. It's picked off by Palmer. Palmer takes it back the other way, and the Raiders are back in business. Kelsey Quinn finally made the stop, and after turning it over on that egregious penalty, the Raiders are right back in business with 3+ minutes to go.
You're looking at Reynolds. Reynolds is running all the way up into the middle of the field, and Jelani Palmer is just undercutting this route. She knows who the deep threat is and plays the ball like a receiver that she is.
First and goal. Into the end zone and batted away nicely at the last moment. A lunging, wonderful effort right into our camera view. It was intended for Akiko Higa, Caitlin Reynolds, who's been a standout early at both ends of the field.
Look at the way that these girls are laying out. I mean, Caitlin Reynolds puts her body on the line to break up that pass for her team. Phenomenal dedication there.
Second and goal. Higa tried to get to Palmer, incomplete. There was a little bit of contact, but no flag thrown. It'll be third down and goal. With just under 2.5 minutes to go, these halves go really quickly, and looks like Reynolds is trying to get her breath a little bit after diving to the turf a little bit earlier. And Kelsey Quinn back there as well, number 5.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. Have some of your tallest players back there as well. I mean, they're able to kind of play that safety sideline to sideline, especially with that basketball experience.
3rd and goal, under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Higa into the end zone for Palmer, overthrown again, incomplete. And it'll come back the other way. Zara Hill was in there on coverage that time for the Texans. And the Texans defense is as impressive as it was yesterday so far in that 32-0 shutout.
You know, it's really frustrating, right, for this Raiders team who came in. They got the false start on 3rd down, which means they lost it down. They stole a possession, and then you get that pressure of we've got to score, we've got to score. We can't keep being the bridesmaid and never the bride. And when that's in your mindset, it can really make you make some interesting decisions going deep like that every play.
National team quarterback Emery Beckett still in at quarterback. We've seen her for a couple of series, and Ava Wallace for one as well. Complete over the middle. That's Caroline Jays on the reception.
This defense is what we call a box defense. You see how you've got your 2 corners outside and your 2 safeties in the middle, and they are just attacking the middle of that defense every single play. What we call replacing the blitzer.
And we have a flag on the field, Phoebe. It looks like we have a roughing the passer penalty against Trishelle Touquet. The rusher a little overzealous with the rush and the contact. Let's take a look at what happened. Touquet flagged for this penalty.
Yeah, and this is the thing when you've got a rusher who's as prolific and fast as she does. Sometimes you are taking that, you're jeopardizing that ability to slow down.
You keep telling me there's no contact in this sport. That pass incomplete, intended for Armillo.
Incidental.
Okay.
Is there contact in basketball?
Yes, incidental. You're
incidental.
Right. You're right. Gotta love the aggression. Nugatory of no consequence, and that's the end of the first half. The Texans lead it 7-0. Surprised at all in any way, shape, or form?
You know what's so interesting is actually talking with the coaches of the Raiders. When they first started their program, they were going to, they flew the whole team to Texas because they wanted to play against the best team.
Wow.
So these two have a lot of history together and familiarity.
Too far in to
Let's go down to Katie.
Thanks, Mark. Caitlin, after the Raiders interception, they were in prime position to score. You had a massive pass breakup. What impressed you about the defensive stand there?
Yeah, I just think we definitely had our defensive struggles this season, but just seeing how we can all come together and make adjustments when we see a certain formation.
Yeah, and those are wise words in this moment as well.
They've got the football first. Higa taking a shot to her sister, incomplete, and a flag thrown on the play. Looks like we're going to have a PI call.
This is the connection, though, that you're looking at, right? From the 2 twins here, throwing it up to her sister, and some of it's just recognizing that I might be able to get a call.
Defense. That ball would be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
So impressive.
Sonia Khalil, pardon me, was the one defending, called for the penalty. 1st and goal.
Beautifully attacked.
So coming back the other way, Beckett and Wallace, a couple quarterbacks on the field right now. Texans with the lead. Beckett completes the pass. That's Armillo. Mia Armillo. 2nd down in midfield to go for the Texans. They lead 7-0.
Tactically, you're starting to think as the Texans, you could easily run off almost 5 minutes on this drive. And if you think you can go down and score, that's only going to give your opponent 1 drive to get back up. That may not be enough to allow them to score.
The Raiders need a stop here, especially against this Texans team that has been so efficient offensively the entire tournament. Beckett rolls left, comes underneath, complete to Reynolds. And Reynolds is pushed out of bounds. She is right at the no-run zone, Phoebe. What do you make of how that impacts potential play selection here, if at all?
Well, what you're looking at is, with it being third down, they would potentially have another attempt here. But when you're right at the no-run zone, a lot of it's for the defense to think, let's not get twisted up in this double QB world if we know that they cannot run within the no-run zone. But they might still play that because the defense does at times forget where they are on the field.
Two quarterbacks on the field again, Beckett and Wallace for the Texans. They fake the handoff to Wallace, incomplete. So a big decision coming up now for the Raiders. Armillo was the intended receiver on the play. It'll be 4th and midfield, 5 yards away.
That's
Same
a huge
thing.
stop.
Jaylani, it's 4th. It's 4th down. They need the line. Let's go. They punt.
They're going to punt.
We never. I want him to punt.
Okay, time out. We didn't call it fast enough. We didn't call it fast enough, so they said we were.
So we're going to stay right here. Timeout called
Hey, they're fine.
by the Fury.
Defense. Unless we want to go for it, we can change it back.
You guys want to go for it? What do you think? Wait, what's a good play? I think you're ready to change it. We can do whatever we want coming on half.
We'd have to call another timeout. So we're punting. Defense. Step it up. They're going to try to hit you deep.
Same defense.
Let's go. Carroll.
Go. Fury on 3. 1, 2, 3, Fury.
Carroll, break her down.
So just to clarify that, if you're in the situation where if you want to decide if you're going to punt or play it, you can call a timeout and you can change your decision.
Okay.
That's why they're having that conversation around it. But they had already made a decision and called a timeout.
Heard somebody say punt. Thus the ball will be coming back the other way from the 5-yard line for the Raiders, down by 7 to nothing. After throwing an INT in the end zone a moment ago. And that thing was coming in hot. You talk about twins being identical, but Akiko's disposition a little bit more, well, smiley, irradiant. Pass complete and a first down to Trishelle Touquet. You saw her attempt that little dip move at the end of it, Phoebe.
I just want you to watch the center here because this is where they need to get to in this moment. The center is so dangerous. She reads the defender, brings it out, and then she's got the yards after catch. It's the awareness, and you've got nobody that's able to come downfield and pull her flags immediately.
First and goal. Spoken like a true center yourself. Higa threw it behind her sister Akiko just a little bit. Sets up a 2nd down and goal.
Nice body position there by Sonia Jalil. She is one of our NFL Flag Player of the Year finalists. We have 5 female finalists, 5 male finalists. But, I mean, this is what you need. You need this team defense coming together, keeping this Raiders offense at bay.
Hey, one thing we can say safely is that Kemi Higa's glove, the one she's wearing because she was having issues getting a good grip of the ball earlier, is not a factor today. Pass complete, but an immediate stop way short of the end zone by Sonia Jalil. Akiko Higa, the catch. 3rd and goal. Time winding down on the Raiders.
Now this is the 2nd time that they've been in this situation, the 3rd time they've been in this situation. They're being forced to have to throw the ball deep. You only have 3 downs this side of the field.
Now your eyes go here because she's coming. I know.
See if they try and get it to Palmer downfield. They go the other way. Palmer into coverage, incomplete. So the Texans get the stop. Reynolds and Hill were both there to break it up.
What a back and forth it is with these two teams. I mean, this coverage is sticky. They end up actually double covering Jaylani Palmer, which I'll be honest, I would have done the same thing if I was in their position as well. She is their go-to in these moments, but great job by that defense.
5:25 to go in this quarterfinal battle. The winner of this game
Thompson said to me, it's going to be the team who makes the fewest mistakes because both of these are quality sides.
First in midfield, Beckett underneath, incomplete. Intended for Hill. Broken up nicely by Kaylee Phillips. It'll be 2nd down in midfield. Clock running.
The blitzer is unbelievable. You see the rusher there, but what you want to see is that ball's being released as she pulls it. So that is why you would not get a sack of that situation, but she is mighty close.
That's a tough call for officials to make, I would imagine.
Very subjective, but luckily we have replay.
Second to midfield, incomplete, so in a blink. Third down, the clock running, remember, there's a 25-second play clock on the field.
They're going to back up.
Oh.
Catchable pass. Caitlin Reynolds, one of the few miscues she's had today.
She's been absolutely solid the past 2 days. Have been able to watch her, so this could be one of those drives.
I just want to go.
Remember, the clock keeps running even when players go out of bounds.
Underneath. Let her work. They're gonna send everybody deep. We're not throwing a pick here.
Beckett completes it to Reynolds. Burns a little clock and finally stopped by Palmer. So fourth down and midfield. They're going to punt. The Raiders with one potential last gasp, desperate effort here to try and tie this game up.
They need to chunk it down the field. No need for these big throws. Take this clock and eat it up. Flags when they're down there. That's why she's on the U.S. national program.
Wow. Incredible agility. Higa fires it incomplete, almost sacked. She was under incredible duress from Caroline Jays of the Texans. Sets up third in midfield. Clock running with 2:46 to play.
This is why the rusher is such a key part of the defense. They allow you to do all this magic work behind and put so much pressure on the quarterback. It's why you'll see also quarterbacks stood at different depths. Some are going further than 7, some are closer up, but it changes how the rusher attacks you.
Palmer split to the right of quarterback Higa. Deep open, touchdown! We got a flag though on the play. Zara Hill was in on coverage. Let's see if this touchdown stands or not.
Oh, this is going to be a spicy one. It looked like there was a bit of a push off at the top of the route from Jaylani Palmer. And there you could hear the disgruntled players on the field.
Still awaiting the call with just 1:46 to play. The clock is still running. So this is really, really important. And now they stop it.
The other ones are number 8 OPI. Unfortunately, those are not challenging.
So we heard the explanation there, Phoebe, on a potential, it sounds like, offensive pass interference call.
Yeah, there's 2 penalties on this. You've got impeding the rush, where you cannot get in the direct path of the rusher by the center in that situation. 2K, we'll be able to see it in the replay, and then at the top when Jaylani Palmer pushed off to go up for that ball. Such a tough position to be in.
There are 2 penalties on play, both by the pass interference. Offense, number 8. Rush, number 1. Fourth down.
Wow.
I just want you to watch the rusher. They have a straight line to the quarterback, but it's the center who gets in the way and forces that rusher to slow down. That is impeding right there. And then here, ready, push off to be able to get that extension. You cannot do that in flag. This is non-contact. Oh, tough day in the office here.
Yeah.
Coach said whoever made the fewest mistakes.
Fourth and midfield, they have to get this first down. Kemi Higa, low pass, and it's ruled. Do we have a rule? Incomplete. So the Texans will take over on downs, and that might.
Oh
Yeah.
It's just right through. She probably could have just sat at the line, didn't need to keep her body going north, but that's so hard in these key situations to see.
The Raiders have 3 timeouts remaining. Texans with 2.
Hit the floor?
Hey. It's okay, whatever.
Great moment of transparency by Jelani Palmy when asked by the coach, Thompson, did you catch it? She said no.
Yeah, and you've got to, especially now that we have replay as well.
Yeah.
It's going to come up again. You don't want to waste a challenge because that also means they lose a timeout. And with only 1:26 on the clock, you've got to trust your defense. If they can make a stop, you'll need those extra timeouts.
I'm not arguing. All I'm going to say is that because under 2, it's going to go up there. I'm not. We're good. We're good. You're going to look at it either way. I got you. I wasn't arguing, though. You get me? No, I just want to make sure that, you know. I don't think you had a good view.
Thanks. Hey, that's fair.
Everyone's entitled to their opinions, aren't they?
You love the diplomacy on the sidelines, don't you? In the heat of the moment. Texans, though, will have the football. Deep in Raiders territory. So the officials are still trying to sort something out here. They put some more time back on the clock, up to 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go.
I think it was hard when those penalties were happening. The time kept winding down, so they've got to be able to check in with the replay officials as well.
The winner of this game moves on to play the Chargers in the semifinals tomorrow. And then the championship game will be on ABC at 5 o'clock Eastern time. Chargers, one of the great stories of this high school division girls tournament, undermanned, held together with spit, tape, and glue. They've made it to the Final Four.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it, to see what a little bit of heart and determination can do for a team.
Tell me about Coach with all the carrots on his neck there, the gold.
You love to see that. That's Coach Nate there. He helps out with USA Football. He is there to kind of guide and assist the girls in these situations. He's kind of been just along the way with this Texas Fury Texans team throughout.
Right now.
Just having that extra hand and knowledge.
We got 3 plays to go 15 yards. That's plenty. We're good.
Seen Coach put that big rope chain around the girl's neck. Whoever makes a big play from time to time, you love to see it. She's next.
I feel like
love that adage and credo. Yeah, hey.
Don't be getting jealous out here.
I can rock one. My neck's big enough, and we'll see who is next. Ava Wallace in at quarterback, trying to put the Raiders to sleep here, trying to put them to bed. First and goal. Ava Wallace, the experienced one, comes underneath. The safe play complete to Caitlin Reynolds, who is putting a lot of numbers up today. Stats, productivity.
I'm not allowed.
She has been phenomenal. And for Ava to get that throw out with a rusher in her face.
You want to go fours? You want to lock up here? Okay, if we go fours, we've got to flow. We've got to call stuff out, and they're going to flood a zone, Jaylani, or Kaylee, which means if all TDs comes and that corner gets sucked there, you've got to make a play on that ball in the back. You understand what I'm saying? Same thing on your side. You got me? Okay, let's play defense. 2 more plays, we get the ball with a chance to go win this game. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, Trishelle, start us off.
So when you're listening to Coach there, he's talking about fours. Oh, he has some more
We're going to run
knowledge.
fours, but if they line up spread, line up close, make it look like we're running man, and then back off into fours. Okay? Because he'll start audibling stuff and then just back off.
Tell me what they're doing defensively here.
So this is what they're talking about, a flat 4. It's almost like lanes essentially in the end zone because you're trying to force the quarterback to throw it deep. Ultimately, it's harder to throw it to the back than it is to get it right in the front. So this flat 4 that they're going to run should force the quarterback Ava Wallace to throw it behind them.
Coach Thompson looking for a big play from his star, Trishelle Touquet. That play takes it inside the 5. Caitlin Reynolds stopped by Sinai Carter.
Raiders, that is their third and final timeout.
And the Raiders are out of timeouts now with 1:53 to go.
We don't need to show
Third and
man.
goal coming up.
They go spread again. We're going to show man and still run 4s. Okay? Look, we get this stop. Be ready because we're going to get this stop. Those of you that are on offense, stay on the field because we got no timeouts left and less than 2 minutes to go win this ball game. Okay? What? Don't be looking. See what's in your zone. We got to flood that all TDs though. If they flood, we got to move as a unit. You got me? Okay. Trishelle, end this right here.
Coach leaning into Trishelle Touquet, and he's already planning ahead for when they have the ball. An optimistic outlook. They need the stop first. Third and goal, and remember the Texans are in the no-run zone here. For the Texans.
We weren't even in man.
Oh, they don't need to resuscitate her.
What a great.
Who's played a complete game today, and they have all kinds of great sellies to go along with what they do on the field. Their game's doing all the talking. They're going to move on, it looks like, to take on the Chargers next.
Huge part is those touchdown celebrations.
Yeah.
You've got to enjoy these wins.
Raiders underneath Akiko. Higa makes the catch, stopped almost immediately with 30 seconds to play.
What a flagpole, though, by Anaya Shepherd. Love to see that diving tackle.
They're out of timeouts. Higa.
Video challenge.
That's caught. 10 seconds to go. And this is probably going to be the last play if they can get it off in time. So we've got 5 teams remaining. We got another game coming up next between the Eagles and the Bucks. And the Texans move on to take on the Chargers, who won a little bit earlier today. That'll be one of the semifinal games tomorrow, with the championship game at 5 o'clock on